I'm being invaded currently by my boxer dogs, and I'll show you them. Pella? No, it's up here. See? Yeah, you good girl. Ugh, been slimed. They're such good dogs. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this. For those of you who aren't familiar with doing something like this. Poking decals to get the silvering out. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take out your old hobby blade. And you need to go into your spares and grab yourself a brand new blade. Nice and sharp, brand new. Now there is another way you can do this to get rid of silvering by using Future. This is another way how to do it because I didn't use Future. I am using a glossy surface, so this really shouldn't be happening. But decals have such a mind of their own. Oftentimes you can't really predict what they are or aren't gonna do. So I'm just gonna show this here. So what you do is gently just stab holes in it, and you're not pressing in very deep. Okay. It's easier to do this before than after when you put it in the model. Like what I was doing. I wasn't thinking about the silvering happening. So yeah, I just stabbed them in like that. That's all you gotta do, is just gently stab them with the knife. And of course you gotta be careful with what you're doing, because decals are fragile. You know, and what this is going to do, if you're wondering, because I don't think I said that, what it does is making all these holes in it. When I put like the Solvaset on it, or Microsol, or whatever solution you're using, it allows the solvent to go into the decal, and it allows it to penetrate all around. It also helps to relieve the decal from bubbling over, creating nice little air pockets that you may have missed. It allows air to get out. But I'm only doing this on the clear parts. I'm not stabbing any of the red. Because most of the time there's another color underneath that. It's not just red ink. A lot of times what they do is they layer this on. Like for the arrowheads on here, there's these red bars right here. And most likely what they did is they layered the red on first and then the yellow on top of it. So if I go and jab at it like that, I could end up bringing up little flecks of red that I don't want to see instead of silver. Most of the time you're going to get white though, because they use white as a base coat. Or you can damage it and peel it up a little bit because it is raised and it's not the film. So there we go. Okay, here's my decal. I just want to get rid of that little number 3, which is very, very close to the decal. Because the little numbers, I know some people don't know that, is the numbers are decals too. It's all the entire sheet is a decal. Okay, I'm gonna submerge this slowly. And this is one of the decals I'm most worried about. And when the decals... There's no one there, you guys. It doesn't matter. I tell them all the time there's no one there, and they don't care. They just gotta go. So I leave them alone. What are you gonna do, right? Anyways, what was I saying? When the decals curl up like this, whatever you do, do not push them back down, okay? And make them flat. If you when they curve up like that and you press down on them, you're gonna break the decal. You're gonna split it in a whole bunch of places. Just let it bend and pull it out when it's out of the water and you put it down on your tissue paper. It will give back into its original sag. But when you get decals that curve up like this, what I like to do personally is leave them until I can see that I can like remove the decal. Because even if you putting them out to let them settle and they fall down again, they can still break if that glue isn't loosened enough. That's where microset comes in because it's like a it's like a new glue that you're putting down on top of the model. And then when you put like microsol or Solvaset on, that makes that bond a lot better. So I'm gonna pull this out because when I did the other ones, it worked really quick. Oh, you guys are back? Found out no one was there? So all I'm doing, I can see where the decal is lifting right here, but it hasn't lifted in here yet. So I'm going to resubmerge the decal. Ah, there we go. There we go. It's lifted up off of the paper. Excellent. Excellent. Look at that. Perfect. These decals are nice. They're a little thick, actually. They're still a little plasticky, but they seem to be reacting pretty well. So I'm quite happy with that. Little Solvaset on them. This will help them to start melting. There we go. Let's take the Enterprise. Decaling is one of my favorite parts next to building. I know there's a lot of modelers who absolutely hate decaling. I love it. I genuinely get a thrill out of decaling. Now, how big is this decal? Wow. Oh boy. I might run into some problems here. Yeah, I'm gonna run into a problem here. These two bulges right here. Before you put the decal down, figure out where they are and cut around it. Needs a bit more water on it. Just loosen up a bit. Running into a bit of a problem here, but it will be overcome. Plop. Okay. Yeah, right there. Dang it. These decals are not that nice, but both are Solvaset. Like it's I shouldn't say that the decal isn't nice. The decal's too big. Um, there's these little red lines right here, and they are not going anywhere because there's film around them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not going to rush the decal. I think I just may have cracked it. I don't like these decals anymore. They're not my friend. I always wondered why people bought aftermarket decals. I know why. You can't trust the company sometimes. So, I'm just brushing on the Solvaset here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try very carefully not to spook it, to cut this. Hey, no, don't do that. Okay. Looks good though. And hmm. Aha, it worked. Excellent. What I did is I took my knife and because I put it down, I just started stabbing holes around those two bulges there. And it broke. When I pushed down on the decal, it broke like right around it. So what I can do ah, perfect. This is awesome. There's part of the decal from around that bulge. Oh man. Does he dare test his luck and try the other side? Oh, he does dare test it, because it happened. Excellent. Oh man. Oh, and then he tempted fate and ruined it all. Well, it's down. It's down, it's positioned properly, it's thick and glossy and kind of looks funky. So I've got a couple options. Number one option is I can see that the decal doesn't really fit properly. Um, there's a line here that I painted silver, this rim right here, and the red goes onto the lines. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to go up to them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the decal to dry for a little while, and I'm gonna take my fresh hobby knife, the one that I just pulled out, the fresh blade, and I'm just gonna cut it around once it's more set. Cut these parts off. I'm gonna cut around the bulge right here and right here and get that to conform more. It'll be easier for me to do that than to fiddle around and play with the solvent and, get it to stick down more. But I have to wait a while. I have to let it dry a little bit longer, and then I can pour more solvent on it and brush that on there, and that'll get it to help it to stay on there better. So I'm going to quit videotaping this because this is one of those things that requires more attention from me than I can to film it. So I will show the model off when I'm done decaling it, or if I run into any other problems. Here's one problem I know is going to come up because I didn't get the decal when I did it the first time. Is this piece right here has film on it. This right here goes right here on the back. So I have to carefully cut the entire decal out around the print because of the film is too thick. So that's the only one I was really worried about, but actually I was worried about the red lines, but they look great when they're on there, and I will clean them up and they will look terrific. So if I run into any other problems, any other biggie problems, I'll let you guys know.